What do you think of Barrios? He's a big, strong, he's young, he's 30. You have 16 years on him, Manny.
Don't worry about it.
Manny, for a lot of people, you're the greatest fighter in history, the only individual champion, the only champion in 4 different decades. When you beat Barrios, what does that say?
Oh, it's a big thing for me.
And
Tank Davis made a surprise appearance at Manny Pacquiao's training camp this week. And didn't just watch, he jumped straight into a sparring session with the legend. While some fans were caught off guard, others saw it coming. This wasn't a friendly drop-in. Tank was testing the waters. Pacquiao is deep into training for his July 19th return fight against Mario Barrios. And Tank showing up as a quiet, but clear hint that there might be more going on behind the scenes.
So basically, your interpretation is that the boxing public is upset because they believe Pacquiao's gonna beat Barrios, which is gonna lead to a Tank Pacquiao fight?
Yes, look around. Look in the Discord. That's what everybody, Pac and Tank, that's being set up.
Oh,
Tank
so,
and Pac.
okay, so they saying Barrios is the setup for Tank and Pac. I didn't see that, but your argument makes sense. If he beats Barrios, there's nothing wrong with him fighting Tank. But the issue is he don't deserve the...
There's something more than just nostalgia buzzing through this camp. This isn't only about Mario Barrios anymore. It's also about what lies ahead. It's about a 46-year-old boxing icon pushing himself to step back under the spotlight and maybe, just maybe, setting up one final blockbuster showdown.
Barrios and Manny thing, y'all don't see what the bigger picture is? Y'all don't think we're gonna get a Manny Pacquiao 2 coming soon? Y'all don't think so? Because you do know Barrios is the ultimate company man.
Oh.
Mayweather
Pac 2? Yeah, I don't see that. I'm more on the Tank. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think that Tank gets the fight.
That's what I've been saying. I said I'm gonna stand on it that if Manny Pacquiao pulls this off and gets that belt, Floyd Mayweather's coming out of it.
Even now, at 46, Manny Pacquiao is still charging up hills, still hitting the mitts with Freddie Roach, still putting his body through the same grueling routine he once dominated the welterweight division with. He knows things have changed. His legs don't recover as fast, and the wear is real, but his mindset hasn't shifted. I'm still excited for it, and I'm enjoying all the training. Pacquiao told Boxing Scene, "I still have the passion like before, so I'm excited. I don't have to worry about that." Those aren't just words. They're coming from someone fully committed to the grind. The difference this time, he's doing it because he wants to, not because he has to.
You got your boy Barrios fighting Pacquiao, man.
Yeah.
You know, a legend. What do you think Barrios needs to do in that fight against Pacquiao, man?
I feel like he has to keep Pacquiao on the outside. He has a height and reach advantage, so I feel like he just go out there and do what he's always done.
What's your prediction for that fight?
Mario Barrios victory.
Do you think it goes all 12 rounds?
I think he has what it takes to stop Pacquiao.
You surprised Pacquiao's coming out of retirement at 46?
Pacquiao hasn't fought seriously in nearly 4 years. His last real bout was a decision loss to Denis Yugas in August 2021. After that, he dipped his toes into exhibitions, but didn't fully commit. He turned his focus to politics in the Philippines and ran for Senate, but didn't win in the May elections. Just a month later, he set his sights back on boxing, picking Mario Barrios as his next opponent. Barrios, 30, is the current WBC welterweight champion out of San Antonio, holding a record of 29 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, and 18 knockouts. He's a solid welterweight in his prime, and Pacquiao knows exactly what he's up against. "I'm confident I'll win the fight," he said, "but I'm not taking it lightly and not underestimating him. I have to punish myself in training like I did before."
I would ask a simple question. And please, Manny, tell me the truth. Why? That's it. Why? Why are you coming back? And the warrior that Manny is, he's gonna be like, because...
Barrios has already faced high-level opponents, including Gervonta Davis. That fight didn't go his way. Tank stopped him, but Barrios made a real battle. Since then, he's rebuilt, earned a title, and now comes into this fight with everything on the line. Those who spar with him say he's laser-focused and locked in. Amir Khan, who trained with both Pacquiao and Barrios at different times, shared his take. It's a great opportunity for Mario. He'll get a big payday and a chance to fight a legend like Manny Pacquiao. Who'd say no to that? Mario deserves this. Every fighter wants a shot like this.
I didn't think, like this shit was really gonna happen. But I mean, we're here. He's doing something that not many people have done. I'm defending my title against a legend. I'm excited.
Mario, you fought the best at 140, 147. Do you have a favorite Manny Pacquiao fight that, growing up, you saw like, man, this guy's like fucking legit?
Man, there's so many, but I grew up a big Mark.
Khan went further. Back when Virgil Hunter and I trained together, I spar with Barrios a lot. He's a really good boxer. I don't know how much Manny's got left in the tank. If they were both in their prime, I'd pick Pacquiao without hesitation. But now, this could be tough. He's been out of the ring a long time. Does he still have the fire? Barrios definitely does. This fight could change his life. Pacquiao understands that. He's been in this exact position before and won't be caught slipping. That's why Freddie Roach is back in his corner. That's why the road work is brutal and the mid sessions are crisp, not for show, but for real preparation. I only trained a week for those exhibitions, Pacquiao said. This time, the fans can expect to see the real Manny Pacquiao. I know they're excited. I'll do my best. That's why I'm training hard again, just like I used to. I want to give them a good fight. I won't let them down.
Manny, trust me. Let your body relax. Let your body rest. He'll do fine. He's experienced. He's got obviously the power because it never leaves you. The speed I'm a little worried about, but I think, look, Barrios is a live dog. He's a world champion, and he's no slouch. So I think it's going to be a good fight. I wish Manny all the best. I'm not sure who's going to win. I really haven't seen Barrios, but I think Barrios, I mean, the youth is obviously, with him in his corner.
The mood in camp was already solid, but this week, it got an extra boost. Two fighters promoted by Pacquiao, Mexico's Wilibaldo Garcia, and the Philippines' Pedro de Duran won title fights. For Pacquiao, it meant more than just business. I'm excited and happy for them, he said. Helping others reach my goal means a lot. It's a reminder that boxing has always been a part of his life, even when he stepped away from the spotlight. Now he's walking back into it. If he wins, it'll be his 13th welterweight title, dating back to his TKO over Miguel Cotto in 2009. That was nearly 16 years ago. And yet here he is, still chasing belts, still packing arenas, still commanding attention. It means a lot to come back, he said. I asked the Lord for that chance. If he wins a title at 46, he become the second oldest champion in boxing history.
YouTube show.
1 second. Do you have, so you got Manny winning?
Yes.
You got Manny winning?
No. Against Barrios?
Yeah.
No, I think, look, every great fighter got one great fight left in him. That had to be Thurman. And Manny, I think Manny seems to want to, appears to be like how Bernard and Roy were. Like, he's really one of those great old school fighters where he's got to go out on his shield.
Yeah.
Going out on your shield used to not mean just in.
And there's more brewing. Talk of potential fight with Gervonta Davis is already heating up. Pacquiao's promoter and close ally, Sean Gibbons, laid it out. When he beats Mario Barrios, lined them up, Manny's dream fight is Gervonta Davis. He's wanted that for years. Tank didn't want to meet him at 145. Then he goes and gets stopped by Lamont Roach. So now, if Manny gets his belt, it's going to be one heck of a ride.
What makes you think he's got a chance against the much younger, the 29-year-old Mario Barrios?
Look, I'm not saying the odds will be high that he's going to come back and pull this upset or even be ultra competitive. But again, it's sort of like Manny's already superhuman. Turning pro at like age 15 or 16 at 106 pounds and winning titles in 8 divisions. And oh, by the way, 2 fights ago for Manny in 2019, he came out of retirement.
Tank Davis is likely to rematch Lamont Roach in August after their first fight stirred up controversy and called for a rematch. If Tank wins convincingly and Pacquiao gets past Barrios, everything lines up perfectly. A generational clash between a living legend and a current star is no longer a fantasy. It's right there on the table. Tank's sparring appearance at camp? It might just be a quiet handshake before a contract. There are other names being mentioned too, like Jake Paul. Some reports say he and Tank are discussing an exhibition, but Paul's a sideshow. Pacquiao is the main act. This is legacy versus ambition, name versus name, and both fighters know what's at stake.
It's a joke, really. There's the thought. It's an absolute joke. I love Manny Pacquiao. Love everything about him. An all-time great in terms of what he's done previous, but that doesn't entitle you to just walk back in after 6 years and get a number 4 ranking with the WBC and fight for a world title. What about all the other guys that are waiting around? It's wrong. We seen Manny Pacquiao fight an exhibition against a kickboxer in his last fight, and kickboxers can't box, right? I've seen.
When asked if he'll fight again after Barrios, Pacquiao kept it simple. I don't know. One at a time. I need to focus on this fight. That's classic Pacquiao. He said the same before the Cotto fight, the De La Hoya fight, and the Thurman fight. But those around him already see what's coming. Gibbons didn't hold back. His dream fight is Gervonta Davis. If that matchup happens, it could be one of boxing's most surprising showdowns. Not because it's outlandish, but because so few believe Pacquiao would come back this serious. The exhibition bout softened the buzz, and his political run made it seem like he'd moved on. But this isn't nostalgia. Pacquiao wants a belt, and maybe one more huge name on his resume.
I think it's terrible, to be honest with you. I mean, it just sort of like sums up the way boxing's going these days. WBC, I think, is for so many years has been known as the most respected. The famous green belt, but boxing just seems to have turned a corner. A 58-year-old Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul, 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao coming back, not just coming back after years of retirement, straight into the top 10 of the world rankings and fighting for.
Dennis Yugas knows exactly what it's like to share the ring with Manny Pacquiao. He beat him fair and square back in 2021. Now, as Pacquiao prepares to face Mario Barrios, Yugas sees it not just as a legend returning, but as a risky move for Barrios. Yugas, who also fought Barrios in 2023 and lost, has a unique view. He's one of the few who've gone toe-to-toe with both. And in his opinion, this isn't a simple fight for Barrios. It's filled with risk, no matter how it ends.
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But
According to Yugas, Barrios is walking into a no-win situation. If he beats Pacquiao, people just say he beat an old man. If he loses, they'll roast him for losing to a 46-year-old. He added that when he fought Pacquiao, the Filipino star had just beaten Keith Thurman and still looked sharp and dangerous. That version of Pacquiao wasn't fading. Yuga said he still had speed, timing, and confidence.
So there's a lot to unpack here. I'm going to start with the fact he's coming out of retirement. It's a real shame that he sees the need, at his age, 46 years old, to come out of retirement after 4 years out of the game, after 6 years since winning a fight, this also being his second fight, professional fight, in that same span of time, 7 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's a real shame that he feels the need.
This time around, the context is different. Pacquiao is 46. He's coming off a 4-year break and a loss. In his last exhibition against Japanese kickboxer Rikia Ampo, he looked slow and off rhythm. Many assumed that would be the final image of Pacquiao in a ring. But now he's back, ready to challenge a reigning world champ. It's a tougher road now, Yugas admitted. Still, he knows not to count Pacquiao. We'll see. It'll be a good fight, though.
After his training with Freddie Roach, he's back in the gym at the Wild Card Gym as well. Pacquiao made it very official today and Twitter. He says, in quote, "I'm back." End quote. He also wrote on social media, he's added, "Let's make history," end quote. Now, Pacquiao, we're going to talk about his training a little bit, all the critical howl from the public about him coming back. And all
that fight with Yugas in 2021 was supposed to be a comeback tale. Instead, it felt like the end. Yugas outboxed him, and the flashes of Pacquiao's prime, his speed, angles, and relentless flurries, just weren't there. After that, Pacquiao turned to politics, even running for president in 2022. When that didn't work out, he started thinking about the ring again. It wasn't just about money. It was about something deeper: legacy, pride, and a desire to finish on his own terms.
I'm not excited about that. Don't tarnish your legacy. You have a pretty good legacy.
It's for the WBC Welterweight Championship on July 19th in Las Vegas.
Yeah, just don't do it.
He has enough money. I don't know why he wants
I know. He's 46.
That drive is what brought him back to camp. Last year's exhibition may not have gone his way, but now he's fully locked in, going after a real title in a real sanctioned fight. That fact alone has sparked criticism. Promoter Frank Warren voices concerns. To come in after years away and jump straight into a world title fight, I just don't like it. It doesn't sit right with me for the sport. He compared other aging legends like Vladimir Klitschko and George Foreman. But even then, he's not sure this is the right move.
Now, whether you think this is brave or very reckless, the comeback is on. Even Bob Arum, who let him go years ago, is said to be hoping he wins. But hope doesn't mean much when you're 46. For years of age and also very inactive and stepping against a strong, active champion. For better or for worse, guys, Manny Pacquiao is back on the 19th.
Warren didn't hold back. These guys are way past their prime. It doesn't help the sport. Paulie Malignaggi took it even further, not just questioning Pacquiao's age, but criticizing Barrios too. The welterweight division is so weak right now that Barrios could win a title almost by accident, he said. Barrios was never that impressive, and looks like he's getting worse. Pacquiao saw a weak champion in a weak division and went for it. If the division were stronger, I don't think he'd be back.
The welterweight division is the weakest it's ever been. I think
It
I mean, at least in my life, it's very bad. It's really poor, and so there is an opportunity to step in. I think if the welterweight division was more competitive, I think Manny wouldn't come back. I think he's picking a moment where he sees an opportunity. Mario Barrios not only continues to not impress, he looks like he's getting worse, and he wasn't that good to begin with. It just in a weak welterweight division, a guy like that has picked up a title. So,
and yet, if Pacquiao beats Barrios, it would be historic. He'd become the oldest welterweight champ ever, breaking the record he set at 40 after beating Keith Thurman. It would add another wild chapter to a career already full of them. But the risks are serious too. At this stage, getting badly hurt wouldn't just end a career. It could change his life. That's why this return has people talking.
And the news, Manny Pacquiao is coming out of retirement.
Is it to unleash Batman again on his country that he ran?
Manny Pacquiao is coming out of retirement to face Mario Barrios in Las Vegas title fight.
I'm not excited about that. Don't tarnish your legacy. You have a pretty good legacy.
It's for the WBC Welterweight Championship on July 19th in Las Vegas.
Yeah, just don't do it.
Still, not everyone is second-guessing him. Boxing legend Sugar Ray Leonard understands. There's no way to really explain why we do this, Leonard said. But God bless him. Stay healthy. Leonard himself made several comebacks in his 40s. I've made more comebacks than anybody. I hold the record, he joked. In Pacquiao, he sees a kindred spirit. Someone who isn't ready to walk away.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. He's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything and, try his best. That's what Manny, one thing I always learned with Manny is give 110% and try your best no matter what. So, he's going to give it his all. Again, you can't beat Father Time, but Father Time is hard, and it was very hard watching him fight.
Terrence Crawford, the current pound-for-pound king, also weighed in. His take was more technical. Mario Barrios is a great matchup for Manny Pacquiao. At this age, it's a 50-50 fight. That kind of comment reflects the uncertainty around this event. It's not just about Manny's age. It's about what's left in the tank, and whether Barrios is truly elite or just holding a belt in a thin division. What do you think? Share your thoughts and subscribe for more updates.